Hi guys, going to be doing a really quick check-in on Jack Newton's energy. I just felt really drawn to doing this. Yes, resting and reconsidering. Interesting. I wonder if he's withdrawn and is reconsidering what he needs to do moving forward in this. He could be, and I do see, someone who's mentally and emotionally exhausted. He is drained, as it would be, playing on you. Yes, and I have to say that, you know, anyone that is mentioned in any of my tarot or spirit sessions are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay, I have to say that. All this is alleged. At the end of the day, you know, God and Noah and whoever was there obviously know the truth. But it's interesting because Noah has repeatedly and consistently stated that we need to look at Jack. Jack has information, according to Noah. And yes, this is the balance. This is the temperance energy. I wanted to look at Jack's energy. Massive life lessons here for him. Yes, just seeing presently what's going on, but I will get other cards. Two-faced. Okay, I'm not reading it traditionally as how I would. I always read my different crime, tarot different to my crime readings. But in my crime readings, they're completely different. I feel like he's not showing his true cards yet, okay? There is this, yes, there's a side to us. There's a side to him, I should say, he's not showing us, okay? And this is a big lesson in integrity, I'm hearing. He needs to... I wonder if he's been seeing and hearing Noah. I wonder if Noah, his spirit has been visiting Jack. And it could be that Jack's getting a little paranoid, hearing voices, things like that. He could be. And that could be a guilt thing, a paranoia thing, or Noah actually coming through and talking, like, from the other side. Spirit do come through. And also I feel like Noah's telling him to listen to his intuition. He needs to do the right thing. He needs to listen to his own higher self and what it's telling him to do right, to do the right thing. Lead by an example, okay? This is the authority. This is usually, well, this is the emperor, and it can represent an older male. This could be the father, could be Jack's father. The main message in this, I feel, is that Noah wants Jack to take the lead and hold integrity and come forward with truth unashamedly. So I know that sounds weird saying that, because there's a lot of shame in this, especially if he did do this to Noah. But he needs to come forward and be assertive. He needs to stand in his own power. And what is the saying? The truth shall set you free. At the moment, in this energy, I feel that Jack is drained. He has a burden on his shoulders, on his heart, on his mind. And this is why I feel Noah, in the last spirit session I did, has explained and said to him, you need to speak up. Tell him what you did. And he's angry and he's upset, of course. He wants Jack to even confess to a priest, because that is how much he is a beautiful soul. Noah is a beautiful soul. He's angry, he's upset, he's betrayed. But at the end of the day, he's also in heaven as we know it, right? I feel like he is in transition, but he's got one foot in heaven, one foot down here watching what's going on, right? And he's in his own healing journey right now, learning about his own case, supporting his loved ones, but also he cares. And I know that sounds funny, doesn't it? But he does care about Jack. Even if Jack was callous and didn't show remorse or whatever, right? Noah has it in his soul, a pure, beautiful being, to feel compassion, I guess you could say, towards his former best friend. He wants him to come forward and do the right thing, not just because it's the right thing by Noah and his own family and, his own circle, but he wants Jack to balance karma, to do the right thing, to have integrity so that he's not going to go to hell one day, that kind of thing. So he wants him to free his soul, basically, of these shackles and burdens. He wants him to be clean. Because what did he say in the spirit session? And I swear he was talking about Jack. Because after he mentions Jack, when I said, who did this to you, he goes, he's dirty. Now, I don't believe that was spirit talking about Noah being dirty. I think he was saying he's dirty. He's done the dirty. He is dirty. He needs to be cleansed of his sins, right? He needs to confess to a priest. He needs to take the lead and, what they say, grow some balls and take the lead and, bring the light to the truth. Come out from that dark place. See things from the higher perspective, from the higher self perspective, because Noah is from the higher perspective right now in heaven. He's there. He can see everything going on. I'm sure that he's been listening to conversations about him from these so-called friends. He knows everything, Well, there's some parts I have to say he's been confused with. But it could also be that using a spirit app, it can be hard, if they've only got so limited words to choose from or whatever it might be. But I did feel like at one stage he may have been confused. But, he'll be listening in, right? And look at this well-deserved reward. That's freedom. And even if it means that someone has to be punished for what they've done, at the end of the day, this is a cleansing of their conscience. This can be in some way lifted from their conscience. Because when something is not lifted from your conscience, and if you do have a conscience, it's going to eat away at you. And I really do feel that Noah has seen this eating this person away. Like this has been eating at him. And I think someone even on one of the Noah pages even put up a post saying, doesn't Jack look so different from the earlier pictures of him with Noah, where he's full of light and looks youthful as it should be for a boy his age. And now you look at him and he's just absolutely looks like he's aged. He looks like he's older. He's more, he's just, tired looking, drained, exhausted. It's weighing down on him, I tell you. And I mean, if you can see it even objectively, if he is an innocent person in this, having the whole world turn on him, and I'm not saying he's innocent because I don't believe he's innocent. My personal thing here is I don't believe he's innocent. I feel like he does have fear. And I'm burping because it's really strange when I do this in my readings. I find that when I start having the burping, it always is connected to fear. And as I'm tuning into Jack, I'm feeling this sense of doom and this fear. It's almost like he may know that time's just, ticking, time's up kind of thing, but he may still stick to his story, okay, that he's innocent, that he doesn't know anything, because that's fear, obviously, if you've done something really wrong or if someone else has done wrong and he was a witness, we don't know. At the end of the day, we don't really know. I do sense a fear with him. And maybe he's been threatened by the family. I mean, that family sound a bit scary, if they're full of power and whatever they are. He might have had a little talking to. We don't know. We don't know, really, what's happened. But I have to also understand what Noah has told me. And he says numerous times, look at Jack. Jack did this to me. Now, he states in his spirit sessions, and I don't know if it's fact or not, I never claimed them to be fact, but he states that Isaac was sleeping at the time this happened. He says he is straight. He says Caden is awesome. He's the man. He really loves Caden, and he looks up to Caden, and he's thankful to Caden. And he's mentioned, Spirit have mentioned Mikey a few times. I'm not really sure. I'm on the fence about Mikey. I don't know about Brylan and Mikey. I am keeping my mind open on all of it, really. But, we don't know until we really know. But I do believe, and I am very certain, that Caden, he absolutely adores Caden. He adores Justin Roy. He's mentioned him in one of the spirit sessions to raise hell for him. So he puts all his faith and trust and gratitude into Caden, Justin, everyone on the Noah's Army page, Warlike Wrath, all the people, all the psychics, everyone that's pitching in, that's genuine, that's trying to help bring justice for him and his family. He is just in so much gratitude. I feel like I want to cry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. That just came right over me. Oh, jeez. I just had this over... He's here with me now. I can feel his energy. He's got so much love for everybody that's helping him. I don't cry hardly ever in my sessions, but when I do, my God, it's just really raw. I have to compose myself. It's just... I have 2 sons myself, and I just find, he's just such a beautiful, beautiful soul, and he really didn't deserve it. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Let's keep going. Oh, I'm usually very strong with these things, but in December, is something going to happen? Well, what are we in now? We're in August, nearly September. I'm just having a look at some cards. They may give us some information, they may not. Something has been buried, but as we know right now, I see this as a this is a very symbolic thing, the suffocation. This is how people feel who feel like they can't speak up, okay? They're feeling like they're stifled. They feel like they've been gagged. It's like maybe lawyers are telling them not to speak. Maybe parents are telling them not to speak. Maybe they've been threatened. There's something going on here where there's this, like that lump in the throat. They need to get it off their chest. And yes, there might be some of them that don't give a shit, okay? There might be some of them that just don't. But I do feel like there are some that are struggling. I actually do feel that as time has gone by. It's a burden, and the truth has been buried, and they've tried to bury this truth and just hoped it would go away, and it's not going away because Noah is very strong. His spirit, his spirit is very strong. We're strong. This has gone international, mate. Like, I'm in Australia. You know what I mean? I'm in Australia. Look, there's a female accomplice and a suspect here. And I've always said there was a female there, and I know there was more than one. He talks about bitches, plural. So, it could be the sisters. I don't know who was there that night exactly, all of them. But I do know, and he keeps telling me in this, what am I saying, spirit sessions, it's the same theme every time. That he was with the girl he liked. Could have been Carter, I don't know. But it makes sense it was somebody that, someone else got extremely infuriated with. And they lost it with him. Stranger, clean-framed, innocent, clear conscience, set up scapegoat. So is someone going to try and blame a stranger? They don't want to have this tied to them at all. It's like, no, it's not to do with us at the party house. It's not to do with any of us. Some stranger just hit him and ran him over. That's what they're trying to, that's the narrative. Once again, the throat chakra, around the throat, strangulation. It's almost like if you don't shut the hell up, you're going to get, something could happen to you. So I also saw a money exchange. So I do, and even Spirit kept saying something about a minimum deposit being made, and you hear a female voice saying, I sent him the money or something. And there's this whole talk about money. And I'm like, they've definitely paid them off to shut up. It's shut up money. What do they call it? I can't remember. But look at this. Legal court documents, eyewitness statement. And I did say in another shorts, I think it's in my shorts, that someone is going to come forward. There's a whistleblower coming forward with the truth, going to help with an arrest. And somebody was going to confess. I don't know who. Springtime in Australia is coming up around September, October, November. Or it could be next year for those in the Northern Hemisphere. In March. Interesting. Yeah, well, these things take time. And there could be something hidden underground in a cave or underground tunnel, being buried. His belongings, where are they? Hello. And look at this, guys. Secrets, cover up, withholding information, and it's a group of people. 3 people here in this one. Known to the victim and with long hair, which reminds me of a female. So look at this. So interesting. 3 guys and a female. That's what I've always wondered. And a group fight. Look at this. It's telling me about the fight. It's telling me. Very hot. Was hot in summertime around that time. Excuse me. Oh my freaking God. Look at this pickup truck, and it's black. And I think in the spirit sessions I was saying something about a black one or a grey one. But anyway, this tells me, because they're mentioning that he was ran over by a truck. So I think that they obviously beat him. There was a fight. And then a vehicle's been used on him, I believe, somehow. Somehow it has. In an outback, rural, deserted area. Wowies. And I just had the card bridge come up. And it's interesting because Spirit said something about a bridge. Oh, gosh. Wowies. Unknown to police, not in the system. So one of them might not necessarily have a rap sheet, okay? Like a long rap sheet or sheet or anything. And helper, mountains, and a bridge. So I still wonder if there's something around there, some evidence still on the farm, on the property somewhere. Betrayal, look at that. When he may have been out on his own, and bushland forest. Something's happened in the forest area, perhaps, the woodlands there. And it's to do with the intimate sex relationship, romance, emotional ties, and jealousy, I believe, as well. Yeah, I mean, another card came out, hope not, another card came out another time saying jealousy, personal jealousy issues, okay? And that's what I do believe it is. I do believe there's jealousy and personal anger here. Yeah, but that's all I'm pretty much getting on this right now. I actually just wanted to do this just as a check-in on Jack. But it, opened up this whole other stuff, and I couldn't help getting emotional right there. But things are going to flow. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune is changing. This destiny is changing. And this feeling of being helpless and hopeless that somebody is feeling, and it's their own self-imprisonment, okay, through their own mental torture and thoughts and burdens. They can actually free themselves, okay, by stepping forward and doing the right thing. Yeah. There's battling their heart right now, this person. It could be Jack, because we are doing mostly Jack. It's a battle, toing and froing. He knows the right thing to do. You know, he knows the right thing to do. But he just has to believe that he can do it. You know, that he can get that machete or sword or whatever, you know, symbolically, and cut the fears, cut the ties to the fears here. Do what's right. Get into his heart space and really, yeah. He's actually feeling quite alone, which is interesting considering there's, you know, a lot of people wouldn't believe that. They'd think that he's just a really cold, callous person. But I think there is this feeling of being alone. And it's interesting because Noah was calling him out in the last spirit session and said, oh, that interview, what did he say about the interview? He said, that was some bullshit, man. So he's not happy about that. He's calling him out on that. And he's saying, making out you were lonely and sad. And he's saying, you know, that's some bullshit right there. So, but I do believe in some ways he would have to feel that the world's against him, because the world, a lot of them are. So this is his choice and chance to come forward and free himself from that. Do you know what I mean? Because it will haunt him. Whether, I don't believe Noah's deliberately going out and haunting his so-called mates, you know, old friends. I don't believe he's out there deliberately, intentionally haunting them as such, but I do believe he's talking to them. And that some of them are seeing things, hearing things, could be their own conscience playing up on them, you know. But I do believe Noah has visited them, especially Jack. I do believe he tries to talk reason to Jack. He's trying to talk reason. He's trying to talk sense, you know, and reason with him from the other side, because there's the imprisonment. See, look at this. The heart is being imprisoned. And this is the Capricorn energy, which is the devil. Don't sell your soul to the devil, he's saying. Come forward and do the right thing by me, by my family, by you and everyone. You know, yeah, because Noah needs to move on as well. I think that Noah will fully move on into the light, into heaven as we know it, once there's justice and once the right thing has been done. He doesn't want to see his friend sell his soul to the devil, so to speak. And the light just went out. I think that's my cue to leave the reading now. But that's an interesting thing right there. So yeah, and look at the galaxy here. Dreams coming true, wish fulfilled. I feel like Noah's wish is for healing and for his family to have, and I hate the word closure because I don't believe it ever really is given, but a sense of healing and completion, at least in the investigation. And also I think he wants his friend to do the right thing, so he's not feeling upset with his friend. Like he doesn't want to feel those things towards his friend. He wants to be at peace. He doesn't want to be stressing out about this, you know, and feeling angry and upset and betrayed. So it's all those things as well. Yeah, wow, it's a pretty strong reading. I do believe the truth's coming out. I've always said it. And the cards say that someone will come forward and speak and do the right thing. They will confess because their conscience will get too much on them. And I really hope it's Jack, you know. I really hope that he, and because I say that because I do believe that he does have information. I do believe that he may have been the instigator, you know, because his stories don't add up. Noah himself has told me that Jack's done this. So, you know, that's what he said anyway, allegedly. So what do you guys reckon? And yeah, I do feel that in time, you know, I do believe Noah has gone, you know, he is experiencing heaven as we know it. But yeah, he's definitely hanging around trying to find that justice. And the simply love. He just wants to be in that. He just wants to be happy and at peace. He wants his family, obviously his family, to have the answers and be at peace as well. So I'm praying for justice. We just got to all keep doing what we're doing and just keep praying. And yeah, he's got a lot of faith in those who have been helping him. He really does. And I feel like, you know, he's with his family, said he's supporting them. He jokes with them. When I said to him, what do you want to say to your siblings? I'm expecting the cliche thing of I love you, I miss you, you know, which we would know that's a given anyway. But he says tease them. So he's got a humor. He's got a sense of humor. He's a cheeky boy. And he's still got that with him. So he still has that happiness and joy in himself as well. So, you know, there is the struggling with dealing with this, but he's never lost that side of himself, which is just beautiful. Oh, guys, I'll try and do another spirit session on Noah, and see what goes, okay? And I don't know what other information could possibly come through, but you never know. So have a great week. I'm tired now. I need to get off, but have a great week. And let's just keep praying for Noah. And there was some talk about that a lady had put forward. She was offering money for those who have a conscience, really, to want to come forward, and you know, they'll be maybe get some kind of immunity deal or something, I think, if they're able to come forward. And all those, I think the cutoff time was the 15th of August, and it's not even, well, it's close, but that's not the cutoff date. But apparently all those flyers have been taken down. So I'm wondering if someone's taken her up on her offer, which would be very amazing if that's happened. I mean, Spirit have said, and I think Noah said that he'll confess. So somebody may be coming forward and stepping up, and I'm really hoping to God that there's going to be some justice for this family and for Noah, because they deserve it. They need it. Love and blessings, guys.